people here have had the experience of thinking about somebody, the phone rings and it's them. Who's had that experience? Quite a few people. Or what about the feeling of being watched? Anyone ever had that sensation? Yeah? The sensation that someone is staring at you. Well, it can happen anywhere. In the street, on a bus, at the cinema, and according to some researchers, women are more sensitive to it than men. Even more spooky, supposing a stranger hundreds of miles away could enter your mind and see what you're looking at this very moment. Impossible? Well, you're about to find out, because tonight we're going to investigate telepathy, the transferring of thoughts from one mind to another. Let's start with an extraordinary demonstration from a Ukrainian professor. He doesn't speak English, but that doesn't matter because he communicates telepathically in a most astonishing way. Please welcome Professor Albert Ignatenko. And this is your interpreter, Felicity. Well, we need a volunteer from the audience to communicate with Mr. Ignatenko. Who's prepared to do that? Hands up, please. We're going to choose you, sir. Yes, come down. Let's give him a nice big round of applause, Joel. What's your name, sir?
Phil.
Phil, okay. And have you met Mr. Ignatenko before today?
No.
Okay. What we'd like to do is just bring on a mat, because in a moment, Mr. Ignatenko is going to knock you over. Not with a physical punch, but with a psychic punch, okay?
Yep.
Okay. So what I want you to do is stand there and just look at Mr. Ignatenko.
Я сейчас подготовлю молодого человека,
I'll now prepare the young man
чтобы его система нормально воспринимала мою энергию.
so that his system was able to receive my energy properly.
Please.
How do you feel?
Strange.
What was it like?
It was just like going off balance, just gently falling backwards.
Did it feel like someone had punched you?
Not punched, gently pushed.
You ever had any PK experiences or telepathy experiences before?
No, none at all.
Have you been hypnotized earlier?
No.
Ever been hypnotized before?
No.
I've got a few questions for Mr. Ignatenko. Mr. Ignatenko, how do you do this?
Как вы это делаете?
Используя пси-энергию, которая находится в организме,
I use my ki, my psi energy, which is in my organism.
And
Yes.
what's it got to do with telepathy?
И это чем? Это как это связано с телепатией?
с телепатией. То есть я послал определенную мысль-форму, и она мгновенно была реализована.
Because I actually transmitted my thought to him, and this thought was actually transposed into action immediately.
Okay, thank you to Phil, but thank you especially to
Спасибо,
Professor
господин
Ignatenko.
Ротман.
Thank you for listening. Thank you. In a room along the corridor outside this studio, we have another volunteer who, as you can see, is connected to an ECG machine, which for the last 30 minutes or so has been recording the rate at which his heart beats. In a few moments, Mr. Ignatenko's going to attempt to slow down the heartbeat by transmitting telepathic instructions directly into our volunteer's brain. He's no idea what's going to happen. It won't happen instantly because that could be dangerous. Now, I must ask everybody here to be very still and very quiet whilst we do this. Are you ready to begin?
Сейчас не спешите, мне
Don't
надо
Okay,
worry.
let's begin
Don't worry.
настроиться на него.
now.
I've just got to get switched into him.
Настроиться
Paramedic
на
is
его
keeping a
сердце.
close watch on everything. It's at 91. The heart monitor is certainly showing changes. It's slowing down. 83, 75.
84. Normal.
Let's stop it there, please.
Нормально.
It's now normal.
How is our volunteer? Is he okay now?
I'm fine, thanks, Paul.
Okay. Does he want to do any more, or
Я могу увеличить
I could perhaps raise it.
желание.
you could raise it?
Raise it.
Okay. Yes, let's do that.
Can we see him? Должно с ним произойти.
$80, 96,
89,
94,
94,
96,
96,
101, 104. Let's put it back to normal at 83. How do you feel, Malcolm?
I feel fine, thanks, Paul.
Did you notice any changes? Were you aware of anything whilst that was taking place?
In the first one, I definitely felt my heart slow down. I definitely hear it. The second one, I didn't really notice that much.
Was there any change in your mood or anything like that? Anything else you were aware of?
I felt my heart beating a little bit more powerfully the first time, but not that much the second time.
Even though it was slower, it felt more powerful.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you very much,
Спасибо
Dr.
вам
Rigner
большое,
Pankag.
доктор Игнатьев.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.